Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video, lots going on, but the big thing, Robert is working on the 3075 to put in a new pinion shaft which broke on us on our way home from trying to pull beet last. So you can see there, the pinion shaft just snapped off. So, new pinion shaft or second-hand pinion shaft come up from Murphy's. So he's getting ready to put that in. Robert has a fair bit done. I've been running around all morning getting diet feeding done. I had to run to Johnston's to get 4 new kingpin bearings. So we're going to change them while we have it out. And also new rods there because they're loose. So while we're this far, we get done. Unfortunately, wanted to do these as well, but they didn't have them. So they've been put in on order, so we'll get them done another time. But Robert's working away there. You need a hand there, Robert.
That's alright. Well, actually, maybe take
I can give you a hand there now. I'll just put down the camera. All I've got to do is look at them pheasants next. What do you want me to do?
Just get the shaft in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So there's the kingpins, the bearings. There's a little bit of play in them, is there?
The far side is gone on.
The one on the far side is gone altogether. On the bottom?
Yes, it's down the ground.
Yeah, so. Oh, I see all the rollers, everything gone over. None of the threads were damaged in the kingpins, were they?
No, they're alright.
And that's good. And then 6290 they were damaged. It was a bit of fun getting one of them cleaned out.
Right. Well, that one there wasn't great.
Yeah. But no, it's getting on the finest there. But something else that has just arrived too in the hen house. Pheasants.
Where are you going to put them?
Huh?
Where are you going to put them?
We'll put them into the wire, into one of the cages for the time being. So, man's just after dropping us off 4 pheasants, a cock and 3 hens. These are pet ones, reared, hand reared. So they're quiet. Why?
One just hissed
Why
at
not?
me.
Why not? So start breeding pheasants. And I think he's also on for leaving us up a heap of eggs to hatch. Daddy was just saying it there. So we're going to go find our pheasants a new home. And I think the purpose of them is to one day release and then kind of build a pheasant population here. But the downside is we do have a lot of foxes here at the minute.
Yeah, I saw a few pheasants this year in the quarry though.
Yeah, and we can't keep ducks. We can keep chickens, but for whatever reason they're going 90 for ducks. It's a pain in the arse, but what can we do? But anyways, we'll go sort out our pheasants. Telly under it, yeah.
Right,
Grand. So what Robert's just done is 4 bolts on this is what holds in the axle. So when that comes off the axle, then moves forward out of the carrier at the back. Onto the forks then, and handy for using.
If you a bar, we want something to put at the back across to stop the it will be tight in the football bar.
You want like a spike or that? Looks like the 7618 now. Or not 7618, the 1200 or the self-propelled sprayer.
What?
The tractor without the front axle. You know, that was his plan at one time.
Right.
Was to take the Ford off the tractor and put the 3075 on it. And do the same thing just to keep Massey's in the fleet. But I think the challenge of it might have been a bit much along with the time aspect of it. All looks good to you there, there's no...
I don't know why I'm not pushing there.
And that there. Oh, I see, yeah.
Just leaving the rocking.
Yeah.
Pretty hard on the shaft.
And is that an interchangeable bit, is it, or?
Yeah, on the New Hollands, yeah it is. You can cut that and take off that sleeve.
Oh, so that's just the
Split
sleeve?
that sleeve, yeah, and put a new one.
What's the other side like?
I don't know if there's a bushing in the cap there. Or a bushing in that too. Yeah, I see it there.
Yeah. Wants to be changed.
Yeah, I see the wear there where the weight is on it.
Yeah.
That side of it again.
Yeah. Yeah, because when we're this far, it's as well be done.
New Hollands, the fucking play and that was that's what just fuck up the shaft because the axle's able to move.
Move and it's not, yeah.
Line it up then hard on the spline.
Yeah. I'd say if you rung Murphy today, we'd have it Monday. Because when we're this far, there's no point putting it back together like that. It's only.
I'll put it back in, you know.
Yeah.
Just when you're done.
Yeah, that's the front axle out. So Robert just has the front diff out. That's the diff. Everything look okay with it, or a bit early yet?
Everything looks alright. Inside,
That itself anyways. No metal filings or anything looking strange in it. So.
No, not
Come axle. So what, you have to take off the...
take out the cowling right off of it. All your gears.
Yeah.
And then take the shaft over then.
And then it's just...
New bearings, new shaft, and just set up the backlash in. She's not too tight.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Doesn't look...
15,000 hours.
15,000 hours, and she was nearly 30 years old.
Yeah.
30 years old next year. Yeah. Not bad, no. Not that the front diff has been working in a while.
No,
Pipe has been a bit knackered. Yeah. Did it move air a bit, or?
It's kind of
Not going to get any easier.
probably just cut the nut off it because she was.
Well, then I would have damaged it all the same.
The wood out, it's gone in round the job.
Took out a lat and ready-made workbench now. What's that, to line all up?
So I know where it was, yeah.
So Robert was just explaining to me about the front diff lock. See, you can see that there. That mesh is into that. So when you press the button, it sends oil and then shoves that. But in theory, it sends oil and shoves them to lock together, and then that locks
Up
the two wheels. Yeah, I think this is the first time I've ever seen a front diff out. That's how your front diff works, if a pipe was connected. Oh, it seems good so far anyways. So now, fully deconstructed. And there it is. So, it's a whole new unit and bearings to go in, isn't it?
Unit and bearings and put the old shims back in, yeah.
Yeah.
Shim it up the same.
But that's what's in the front diff. So it is dark outside now, and Robert has played the blinder today, and he's got all the new kingpin bearings put into it. But the issue that we have is, shine light, Liv, our casting on the back where our wear is here, it is quite wore, especially on the top. There is a bushing on the other side in the housing. We'll have to get a new bushing for that, but this is very wore. So while it's out, we're going to get this sent off to our local engineering firm to get built up and skimmed and tidied up and to fit back in right. Because if it's left like that, what Robert was explaining, it allows the axle to kind of pivot a bit, and then that puts a lot of strain on the pinion shaft going out into the four-wheel drive shaft, because it's not supposed to move. So tightening that up should help increase the longevity of it, but that's 15,000 hours of wear is what that is. So yeah, it's just going to stretch on to another couple of days, but we'll get it done. But the big thing is it's all ripped, and once we get the bits done, and Robert will be able to fire it back into it, or maybe Father Phil will get a chance at it. But so it's the next day. We're back in with the tractor 3075. It looks weird without the front axle on it. Kind of reminds you of the 7610, the self-propelled sprayer. Father Phil's original intention was, when he bought the 7610 sprayer, was to either put this tractor in replace of the 76 or buy an R3000 series to put on, just to keep the Massey team in the fleet. But because of how difficult and time consuming that job would be, it never got done. But where we're at now is this bushing in here needs to be replaced, and Robert has brought off the front housing. No, front housing's in there. No, front housing is there. Robert's brought off, I'm gonna go check them goats, the casting for it to go to our local engineering firm to get built up, so that we get that play over, because that play will cause unnecessary kind of, it'll pivot up and down, and that'll put extra strain on the pinion shaft and that's probably what could have broke it. So we're going to get all that tidied up and get the front axle fully back. After replacing the ball joints on the steering ram, Robert's brought all off there, and he's going to look after getting all that done for us, and he'll come back and stick it back in. Hopefully I get to catch him while he's putting it back. Just this time of the year is just one of them times of the year where we're away quite a bit, and it can be quite hard to keep content coming, hence this is a two-parter. But we won't find calves starting to come. Well, actually we do have the few winter-born calves there, but we won't find spring calves coming, and we won't find things getting going. But the big thing is we're getting ready to go back at beet, because ground is drying. We moved the calves onto the last bit of the forage rape on the 12-acre field, and the ground out there is very dry at the minute. So we are hoping when Robert gets this done, we'll take a day off and we'll go pull as much of the beet as we can, and hopefully we'll be fourth time, or is it fifth time now? No, it is fourth time lucky. Hopefully we'll be fourth time lucky. But anyways, that's what's happening. That's how we got on. Very interesting to see. I quite found it quite interesting now, but we're leaving it up to Robert to get all the bits put back together on that and leave it right and ready to go. The pheasants have also settled in very nicely too. It'll be interesting to see how we go on with them. And there's not much else to say. The big thing is tractor has 15,177 hours on it. $15,144. Got slightly wrong. So there's lots of work done. Father Phil had done the kingpin bearings in this tractor before, but other than that, none of the front axle have been touched before. So we'll forgive it for the wear that's there, and when we get all this wear replaced, that tractor is going to finish out that tractor. That tractor will never leave this farm, because it's one of my favorite tractors in the farm. I spent many hours of my teenage years driving that tractor, wrapping bales, and it'll never be got rid of. But I do intend on replacing that tractor to do the same work that does with the rake and tedding and fertilizer spreading and things like that in due course, not anytime soon. But that's one of my favorite tractors in the yard, and it's great to be getting that bit of work done on the front axle, and it's going to leave her right now. So We'll hopefully catch up with Robert when he's putting it back, and we'll get the rest of the video of how all the bits go back together and how it all looks. But we're going to leave it at that for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe short and sweet, but I quite interested. It was interesting to see all the bits of the diff come apart. And yeah, we're going to leave it at that. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it from us. Good luck.